Even key figures and presidents have been turned away. Tourists who visit Graceland by the millions each year wouldn't even think to ask for access to the king's most private space, the mysterious upstairs of Elvis Presley's home. It remains locked, untouched, and completely off-limits. But why? What's so secret, so deeply personal, that it has stayed closed for nearly half a century? Graceland is more than just a mansion. It's a cultural landmark, a sacred place for fans of rock and roll royalty, offering a glimpse into the extravagant yet turbulent life of Elvis Presley. But what intrigues visitors the most isn't what they get to see, the grand hallways, the trophy rooms, or even Elvis's priceless collection of cars. Instead, it's what they can't see. The upstairs of Graceland, Elvis's private sanctuary, remains a mystery, a time capsule frozen since the day of his passing. Since 1977, countless questions have surrounded the second floor of Graceland. Why is it so heavily guarded? What secrets does it hold about the king of rock and roll and his final days? And who are the select few granted access to this private space, a privilege even denied to presidents and Hollywood elites? Today, we'll uncover the stories, legends, and lingering mysteries surrounding the place Elvis called his sanctuary. But be warned, the truth may be even more fascinating than you imagined. Graceland is no ordinary home. Nestled in Memphis, Tennessee, this sprawling 14-acre estate is one of the most famous residences in the world, a cornerstone of American culture. With nearly 500,000 visitors each year, it ranks second only to the White House in annual guests as fans from around the globe come to step into the world of Elvis Presley. From the moment you walk through the doors, you're transported into the glitz and glamour of the 1970s. The bold, over-the-top decor, the iconic jungle room, and the echoes of music that once filled the halls all reflect the larger-than-life persona of the man who called this place home. But Graceland isn't just where Elvis lived, it's also where he rests. After repeated incidents of vandalism and even attempts to steal his body, his father, Vernon Presley, made the decision to move Elvis and his mother, Gladys, to the meditation garden on the estate. Today, Elvis's grandmother, Minnie Mae, his daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, and her son, Benjamin Keough, rest alongside him. Graceland remains a timeless tribute to the king, preserving both his extraordinary legacy and the mystery that continues to captivate fans around the world. Graceland is both a celebration of Elvis Presley's remarkable life and a solemn reflection on his untimely passing. Yet, not everything within this iconic estate is open to the public. While visitors can explore the sprawling grounds, including Elvis's legendary car collection and recording spaces, one area remains forever off-limits: the upstairs. Sealed since 1977, this private section of the mansion remains a tantalizing mystery, left untouched by the man whose name is synonymous with fame, music, and intrigue. But why has it been hidden away for decades? And what truly lies behind those closed doors? The answer lies at the intersection of privacy, tragedy, and legacy. For over 4 decades, the upstairs of Graceland has remained completely off-limits, not just as a private space, but as a time capsule, preserved exactly as it was when Elvis Presley took his final breath in 1977. The secrecy surrounding this part of the house is so strict that even high-ranking officials, including former U.S. President Bill Clinton, have been denied entry. But why? What is it that the Presley family is so determined to protect? During his lifetime, the upstairs was Elvis's sanctuary, a place where he could escape the pressures of fame, retreat from the relentless attention of fans, and find true solitude. His master suite provided something no stage or spotlight ever could: privacy. Only his closest friends, family, and trusted staff were ever granted access, a rule Elvis enforced with absolute certainty. Graceland may be a place where fans can step into the king's world, but the upstairs remains sacred, a space forever frozen in time, holding the final, untouched chapter of Elvis Presley's life. Even after Elvis's passing, the secrecy surrounding the upstairs of Graceland remained, but for even deeper reasons. This part of the mansion isn't just where Elvis lived, it's also where he died. On the morning of August 16, 1977, Elvis was found unresponsive in the bathroom just off his bedroom. That heartbreaking moment has been etched into history, and out of respect for his memory, the space has remained exactly as it was on that fateful day. But there's another reason the upstairs remains off-limits. The Presley family fears that the fascination with Elvis's death could overshadow the brilliance of his life. They worry that visitors fixated on the bathroom where he passed might lose sight of what Graceland truly represents, a tribute to his talent, charisma, and lasting impact on music and culture. The mystery surrounding the upstairs only adds to the legend of Elvis Presley. Why has this part of the house remained locked and untouched for decades? Could preserving it in this way reveal something deeper, not just about the king himself, but about how the world chooses to remember him? Despite the strict rule that no one is allowed upstairs, a select few have been granted rare access to Elvis's most private sanctuary. Their stories have only fueled the curiosity and intrigue surrounding Graceland's locked doors. One of the most well-known exceptions is Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage, a lifelong Elvis fan who once called the singer his ultimate hero. However, his access to Graceland's second floor didn't come from his fame or success. It was through his brief marriage to Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's only daughter. During their time together, Lisa Marie gave Cage a rare glimpse into her father's world, allowing him to see where Elvis once lived, worked, and slept. Nicolas Cage described the experience as both surreal and deeply meaningful. He became part of an exclusive group, those who have not only stepped inside the king's private quarters, but have also felt the weight of the space. A room frozen in time, untouched, and wrapped in an air of deep reverence. What he saw remains a closely guarded secret. Graceland strictly forbids photography, filming, or any detailed descriptions of the upstairs, ensuring the mystery remains intact. Another intriguing story comes from Instagram influencer Chewy Thompson, a name not as widely recognized, yet his experience has sparked endless speculation among fans. While on a tour of Graceland, Thompson claims he was unexpectedly approached by a man dressed as a worker who led him upstairs under the watchful eyes of security guards. He describes how doors were carefully unlocked, curtains drawn, and for a brief moment, he was allowed a glimpse inside. But why him? And why in such an unusual manner? Rumors quickly spread that this so-called random invitation may not have been random at all. Some theorists speculate that Thompson could be an unacknowledged descendant of Elvis Presley himself. Given Elvis's reputation as a ladies' man, long-standing rumors of unknown children have persisted. Some fans have even suggested that Thompson's exclusive access hints at a hidden connection to the Presley family. Adding fuel to the fire, other visitors have reported hearing strange noises from upstairs during one of Thompson's visits. Multiple voices, as if a private gathering were taking place. This has only fueled wilder theories, with some wondering if the upstairs rooms hold even more untold stories about the Presley legacy, or perhaps something even more astonishing. Though neither Cage nor Thompson have revealed explicit details about what lies beyond those locked doors, their experiences serve as reminders that the upstairs of Graceland remains one of the most exclusive and enigmatic places linked to a global icon. For the rest of the world, the mystery endures. If the upstairs of Graceland represents anything, it is a window into the private, deeply personal life of Elvis Presley, the man behind the king of rock and roll. While the downstairs was filled with guests, parties, and the electrifying presence of a superstar, the upstairs was something entirely different, his sanctuary, his retreat, his most sacred space. The upstairs of Graceland was Elvis's refuge, a place where he could retreat and live on his own terms. Known for his nocturnal lifestyle, he rarely followed a traditional schedule, often staying up all night, watching television, reading, or jamming to his own music. His bedroom wasn't just a place to sleep, it was a reflection of his personality, filled with plush furnishings and luxurious details that provided him with ultimate comfort. Elvis surrounded himself with the things he loved: a custom bed, his favorite records, and even small but thoughtful touches, like a button near his bed that connected directly to the kitchen. With a simple press, he could request his favorite late-night snacks or drinks without ever leaving his room. While the upstairs symbolizes Elvis's sanctuary, it is also the setting of one of the most heartbreaking moments in music history. In the early hours of August 16, 1977, a routine day turned into a global tragedy. After spending the previous night rehearsing and spending time with his girlfriend, Ginger Alden, Elvis retreated to his private quarters. But as the sun rose that morning, the world would lose the king of rock and roll. He was found unresponsive in the bathroom of his master suite. Despite frantic efforts to revive him, Elvis Presley was pronounced dead at just 42 years old. The official cause of death was reported as a heart attack, but lingering speculation and controversy surrounding prescription drug use only deepened the tragedy. The very space where Elvis found his greatest sense of comfort and privacy became the site of his untimely passing. To this day, the Presley family has chosen to leave the upstairs exactly as it was, frozen in time, as if Elvis had just stepped out of the room. This decision wasn't just about preservation, it was about respect. Keeping the upstairs locked away is their way of honoring his memory while allowing fans to celebrate his life, rather than focus on the painful details of his final moments. If thousands of visitors were allowed to pass through that space every year, his private sanctuary could easily turn into a morbid spectacle. For his loved ones, keeping the upstairs off-limits isn't just about privacy, it's about preserving the way the world remembers Elvis. Not as a man who left too soon, but as someone who lived a life worth celebrating. The rooms, untouched since 1977, feel almost sacred, as if they still hold traces of his spirit, his creativity, and his humanity. But the decision to keep the upstairs closed is also driven by a deeper reason: the fear that the focus might shift from his remarkable life to the circumstances of his death. Elvis wasn't just the king of rock and roll. He was a cultural icon who reshaped music, defied expectations, and captivated audiences with his talent and charisma. Opening the upstairs to the public risks turning his legacy into something far less dignified. Preserving the upstairs as it was in his final hours serves as a poignant reminder of the man who once walked those halls. By keeping it private, the Presley family ensures that Elvis's story remains about his life, his passion, his energy, and the joy he brought to millions, not just how it ended. Graceland is more than just Elvis Presley's home. It's a living monument to his legacy, his music, and the cultural revolution he inspired. Decades after his passing, the estate continues to captivate millions of fans from around the world. For them, Graceland offers more than history. It's a chance to walk the same halls, breathe the same air, and catch a glimpse of the man behind the music. Graceland is a carefully preserved time capsule of the 1970s, reflecting Elvis Presley's larger-than-life personality and distinctive taste. From the eccentric decor of the Jungle Room to his prized car collection, every inch of the estate tells the story of a man who redefined fame. Yet it's the mystery of the upstairs quarters that holds the most intrigue, a space that embodies both the intimacy of Elvis's private world and the weight of the legacy he left behind. More than just a mansion, Graceland is a testament to both the extraordinary and deeply human sides of Elvis. It celebrates his rise from humble beginnings in Tupelo, Mississippi, to global superstardom, proving that a poor Southern boy could spark a musical revolution. But it also reflects the struggles that came with that fame, the solitude he sought, the pressures he faced, and the personal battles that ultimately led to his untimely passing. For many, Graceland is more than a museum. It's a place of pilgrimage. It's not uncommon to see visitors overcome with emotion as they walk the halls, leaving flowers and handwritten notes at the meditation garden where Elvis and his family rest. To them, Graceland is more than just a house. It's a spiritual connection to a man whose music changed their lives. The decision to keep the upstairs locked and untouched preserves an air of mystery, one that remains a key part of Elvis's enduring appeal. More importantly, it reflects the Presley family's commitment to protecting his memory, ensuring that fans remember not just the performer, but the man behind the fame. By shielding this sacred space, they have kept his spirit alive for future generations to celebrate his incredible contributions to music, culture, and the world. Graceland is not just a place to remember Elvis, it's proof of his lasting impact. His music, charisma, and pioneering artistry continue to inspire, proving that the King of Rock and Roll will never truly leave the building. The sealed doors of the upstairs represent one of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Elvis Presley, a man whose life and legacy remains celebrated across the globe. Locked away since his passing in 1977, the upstairs remains frozen in time, reserved for the memories of those who knew him best. For millions of fans, that mystery is part of the magic, part of what keeps his presence alive, even decades after his death. The family's decision to keep it private isn't just about preserving a room, it's about preserving respect for the man who called it home. By protecting this sacred space, they have ensured that Elvis is remembered not for how he died, but for the way he lived, through his music, his energy, and the indelible mark he left on history. Graceland isn't just a landmark, it's living proof that legends never fade. Graceland stands not only as a tribute to Elvis's fame, but as a symbol of his deep, lasting connection with the world. Walking through its halls, you can almost hear his laughter, feel his dreams, and witness the legacy he built, one that continues to inspire millions. Yet, just as we'll never fully understand the depths of his genius, we may never uncover all the secrets hidden behind the locked doors upstairs. And perhaps that's exactly how it should be. As we reflect on the mystery of the upstairs and its untouched preservation, one question remains: what stories, memories, or secrets lie beyond those doors? We may never know for sure, but in a way, that's part of what keeps the legend of Elvis Presley alive, the perfect balance between what we do know and what will always remain a mystery. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Graceland and the life of the King of Rock and Roll. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And remember, Elvis may have left the building, but his legacy will live on forever.